I'm always experimenting and trying new things and blah, 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 whatever. So, I tried club soda instead of seltzer water. I just keep thinking, Lactate Ringer, man. It's, it's saltier, it's harsher. I can find, well, I mean, I don't know, but I'm not finding any particular benefit to the, tonic water, the club soda over the seltzer water. Um, Seltzer water's top choice. And I wanted to mention that because, I'm like, oh, let me get the laptop. I mean, because I was standing here having dinner, which means just hanging out, talking to myself as I, make things simple. Um, I was I'm always thinking if I'm not preoccupying myself in some way, I am always thinking, and trust me, as fast as it may seem like I jump topics either on the video or even on Pinterest, where I've got the different, my brain works even faster, and I'm constantly trying to I don't know. I mean, I guess maybe I shouldn't try to catch up with it because when I am just more fully in the moment. Anyway, I wanted. I'm having crab legs, and crab legs makes me think of deployments. Steak and crab blood nards. And I understand where it comes from with the tradition of food and sleep, and yes, that too. But notice how by focusing on such, we are kept to the most base and fundamental of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, whereas things like, for example, chaplains are about the tip of that pyramid. Well, you know what? We've got a foundation. I think veterans, probably more than most of America, we've got a solid foundation. People are just, I gotta turn this down. This is just, I've gotten really sensitive to pitches and certain tones and things and such, and that is just too repetitive, too high pitched, it literally causes anxiety. And I think that gets to the point. Anxiety. Anxiety, fear, pain, all that kinds of stuff. And so I was thinking about chicken crab leg night, and always best at the Air Force DFACs, by the way. Just putting it out there. And oh my god, real plates? So, so I was on Talil, and a friend of mine had just found out her husband was cheating. And, caveman was going through a patch. So I'm like, alright, mad up, you guys are coming with me to a party. Like, okay. Anyway, I had, just jump to the meat of it. The MPs end up rolling up behind us, and we're like, what the fuck, man? And I'm like, I don't, and apparently my ass rocked up into a UXO field because I took a left when I should have took a right at some awkward little landmark kind of thing, right? You know, or I passed it. I don't remember. Either way, I was near the base on a base in a base. I just was UXO field near, not, you know, front gate rack up, you know, they pull up and the gate's near. Whoops, my bad. Wow, yeah, that was funny. So I remember the feeling of, you know, the MPs, and then you're like, oh, you know, I mean, because you can't say you're, you know, and they're like, well, where are you going? And I'm like, these guys used to have, if I remember correctly, I think it was the same guys, but they would have a fucking weekly Black Hawk make their own deliveries, man. I mean, these guys had the general sign off on a pool table and leather couches. Bam! You know, I mean, I guess in my head, where I was going with this is I awkwardly wipe my stove. I love that gong. That gong is just the call to prayer. I used to use the call to prayer as a grounding reminder. You know, to each their own, but that's what worked for me. You know, and then after Nepal, the gong is, it just, well, I'm not wiping my stove now. Anyway, I think where I was going with that is, I've known a few Billy Badasses. I've hung out with them. I've gotten drunk with them. I've even fucked them. You know, I mean, and every single one of them they're human. You know, when you get down to it, they're not any different than anybody else. They're just better trained and more frightened. As they should be. I mean, no judgment. No judgment, fellas. But it is that fear that holds us down. You know, it is that which burdens us and we choose to carry. You know, I know, I get it. You know, I mean, dude, I am a fucking shut in for 2.5 years now. The only places I go are the dog park, the VA, and the grocery store. You know, I get it. But you know, we need each other. And we need each other more than running groups and cycling groups. We need American Legion backroom shit. You know, we need get shit-faced fucking drunk and talk about how you pissed yourself the first time you were shot at. You know, we need to talk about just trying to get the fuck away from you fucking hurl, you know? I mean, we're talking about all those moments of vulnerability that you have fucking earned. That which you think is weak, accepting it and honoring it is actually what makes you strong. And I know that. Not only because, God damn it, I have had to live it. And I stand on the fact that I'm standing. But I know it's true for you because I held you those nights. You know, because I saw you too fucking tired to even take your boots off and fucking racked out. Because we would sit on the balcony and have a cigar, share a cigar, talking about what should be. Because there's so many stories with so many guys just like you. They're just like you. They're just like you. They're just like you. We are just like you. We're doing the best we can. We're doing the best we can. And that's really all that can be said, is we're doing the best we can. And every label, every judgment, every preconception and every misconception, every fucking, all of it, every moment of selfishness, every misdirected frustration is an assault on us. It's a domino effect that by the time it gets to us, it is so fucking amplified, we don't know what to do. So we do the only thing we know how. We kill or we be killed. And everyone, every soldier I counseled, every man I've held, every advice I've given, they feel just like you. And I know they do because they feel just like me. And we're the only ones that get it. You know, we're the only ones that get it. And guess what? The problem's not with us. The problem's not with us. You know, and it took a fucking partial lobotomy for me to have to understand and accept that. You know, I mean, I don't have any receive filters anymore. So you know when you sort of think you hear something in the noise, but you're not sure. Well, mine's all the fucking way up. My volume is all the fucking way up. And the only people I can consistently stand to be around are those that don't judge. Most of which are my brothers. You are not alone. Because I am not alone. I gotta smoke more.